You sit down, you order a burger, and the bill says $12. 12. For a bun, a patty, and some lettuce. Somebody is getting rich here. Let's find out who. By the end of this, you'll know exactly where every one of those $12 goes. And I'll warn you now, the answer is not what you think. Let's start where everyone assumes the money is. The food itself. The patty. A quarter pound of ground beef. At wholesale prices, that's about $1.20. And beef is the one ingredient that keeps climbing. Cattle herds shrink, feed gets expensive, and that patty quietly goes up a nickel at a time. The bun. About 30 cents. And a good bun matters more than you'd guess, a cheap one falls apart and you get a complaint instead of a repeat customer. Cheese, about 40 cents a slice. Real cheddar costs more than the processed stuff, and customers absolutely can tell the difference. Lettuce, tomato, and onion. Maybe 35 cents together. But produce prices swing wildly, one bad growing season and that number doubles overnight. Sauce and pickles. A dime. Tiny, right? Multiply that dime by 400 burgers a week and it's real money. Now here's the part nobody counts. Waste. Trimmed lettuce, burnt patties, the burger that got dropped, the food that didn't sell before it turned. That's another 25 cents on every burger. And none of this shows up at the restaurant by magic. Somebody drives it there. Delivery fees, fuel surcharges, minimum order charges, the distributor bills for all of it, and it lands on the food cost. And the price on that invoice moves. A supplier can raise the beef 10% on a Monday, and the menu board on the wall still says $12. Add it all up. Beef, bun, cheese, produce, sauce, waste. About $3 of actual food on the plate. So the owner sells it for 12, spends 3, and pockets 9. Right? Not even close. That $9 is about to get eaten alive. First bite out of the 9, the stuff you throw away without thinking about it. The wrapper the burger sits in. The box if it's takeout. The bag. The napkins. The cutlery. 25 cents, gone, before anyone takes a bite. Then the gloves. Every cook, every shift, changing gloves constantly because that's the law and that's basic food safety. A busy kitchen burns through hundreds a day. Cleaning supplies, sanitizer, dish soap, paper towel, bin liners. None of it is optional and none of it is free. Call the whole supplies bill 50 cents a burger. $9 is now $8.50. And we haven't paid a single human being yet. Somebody has to actually cook this thing. And somebody has to take the order, and clean the dishes, and be there at 11 in the morning when nobody walks in. Wages are the single biggest line item in most restaurants. Roughly 30% of every dollar coming in. On a $12 burger, that's about $2.50. And the wage isn't the whole cost. There's payroll tax, workers' insurance, vacation pay, statutory holidays. Add roughly 15% on top of every hour worked. Then there's turnover. Restaurant staff leave constantly. Every replacement means hiring, training, and a slower kitchen for 2 weeks while they learn. $8.50 is now $6. We still haven't paid for the building. Rent. This is the one that quietly kills restaurants. A good corner spot with foot traffic costs a fortune, and the landlord gets paid whether you sell one burger or 1,000. Spread across the burgers sold in a month, rent works out to about $1.50 a burger. Slow month. That number goes up, because the rent doesn't. Power. A commercial grill, fryers, walk-in freezers, exhaust hoods and air conditioning run all day, every day. Utilities take about 40 cents a burger. Equipment doesn't last forever either. A fryer dies, a fridge compressor goes, the hood needs cleaning by law. Repairs and replacement are another 25 cents. $6 is now $3.85. And there's still a whole pile of bills you never see from the customer side. Insurance. Liability, property, and coverage for the staff. If somebody slips on a wet floor and you're not insured, the restaurant is finished. Card fees. Almost everybody taps now, and the payment company takes roughly 3% of the whole bill. On $12, that's about 35 cents that never touches the till. Software. The till system, the scheduling app, the accounting software, the online ordering page. Every one of them is a monthly subscription now. Licenses and inspections. Business license, food handling permits, health inspections, fire safety. Miss one and you don't open. Marketing. The sign out front, the social posts, the loyalty deal, the discount you ran on Tuesday to fill an empty room. Add it all together and these bills take about $1 a burger. $3.85, now $2.85. And here comes the big one. Delivery apps. If you ordered that burger through an app, the app takes a commission on the whole order. Depending on the deal, that's 15 to 30%. On a $12 burger, 30% is $3.60. Which is more than the entire profit we had left. That's why app orders can actually lose the restaurant money. That's why the same burger costs more on the app than in the restaurant. They're not gouging you for fun, they're trying to cover the cut. And it's why so many places now beg you to order direct. Every direct order is the difference between a profit and a favor. So let's total it up. $12 in. $3 for the food, 50 cents for supplies, $2.50 for labor, $1.50 for rent, $1 for bills, 65 cents for power and repairs. What's left for the person who signed the lease, took the loan, and works 60 hours a week? About $1. From a $12 burger. That's roughly 8%. Which is a normal, healthy restaurant. A struggling one makes nothing, and a lot of them make less than nothing. So why not just charge 15 and be done with it? Because there's a number in every customer's head for what a burger should cost, and the second you cross it, they stop coming. So instead of raising the price, they shrink the portion, drop a topping, or quietly make the patty a little lighter. You've watched it happen for years. And the empty hours are brutal. Rent, power and staff run all afternoon whether 3 people walk in or 30. A restaurant makes its whole month in about a dozen busy shifts. One bad winter, one road closure out front, one broken freezer on a long weekend, and a whole month of that $1 a burger disappears. So how does anyone survive on $1 a burger? They don't. They survive on everything else you order with it. The pop costs them about 25 cents. Syrup, water, ice and a cup. And it sells for $3. That one drink makes them more profit than the entire burger. Fries are the same story. Potatoes are cheap, the fryer's already hot, and a side of fries carries a margin the burger could only dream of. Which is exactly why they always ask. Want fries with that? Make it a combo. Large for 50 cents more. That's not friendliness. That's the business model. And the combo that looks like a deal? It's usually a rounding trick. You save a few cents and they add $3 of high-margin product to the order. So the next time you see a $12 burger and think somebody's getting rich, look again. You're not paying for beef. You're paying for everything around the beef. The rent, the wages, the power, the packaging, the app, the insurance. A dozen invisible hands taking a slice on the way to your table. Next time we're doing the drink, because a fountain pop is the most profitable thing in the entire food business, and the numbers are honestly ridiculous. If you learned something, hit subscribe.